Okay, so in the meanwhile, Nigel, how do you see this sport as a career? I know you've been in this sport for very long, and since you have a global presence as an individual, you played worldwide, you played with the best in the world. How do you see this as a career journey? Because I think most of your life you've already devoted to this sport. So we'd like to know that from you as an insight.
I think if you are a very strong player, it is an attractive career. So, you know, I'm at the end of my career. I'm practically retired from chess these days, but I'm in a completely different phase. But I think it's something I wanted to do really since I was a boy. As soon as I realised it was possible to become a chess player, I knew that's where I wanted to be, and I've never regretted it. You know, I mean, it's given fantastic opportunities for me. I've met some amazing people from all around the world, and I've now travelled to 146 countries, so you know, I've seen quite a lot of the world, and yeah, it's something which is I think it's demanding, but it's also very rewarding at the same time. So I think if you're good enough, then it's very good to be a player. Most people actually they cannot make it as purely as chess players in the long term. They may manage for some years, but you know, I mean, we have I don't know how many grandmasters there are in the world. There's something like 2,000 grandmasters. So merely to be a grandmaster is not enough. You've got to have something extra on top. So you know, if you were ranked 1,500th in the world in tennis, nobody would bother with you. So sometimes these titles are a little bit misleading. So yeah, a lot of people, just for economic reasons, they are doing coaching. A lot of the people I know are doing coaching, or they're doing online courses, or they're writing books. There are even some old-fashioned people who write books. So there's a combination of those things. So there are plenty of opportunities, and I would say that there is a massive demand for chess coaching. That is something which has grown. It's totally transformed that landscape since I was a young boy.
So, yeah, so my next question to you is, when you talk about career, besides being a player, I believe coaching is something that I kind of spoke to a lot of people. You get coached by somebody, and eventually you can also have that as a journey while you're pursuing a career. What is your take on that? I was shocked to know that, you know, between all of you, I was told that an hour of a good coaching by a grandmaster could go anywhere between 3,000 Indian rupees, which is roughly around $250, to up to $500 for a person who has actually achieved that landmark. This is something that I learned during this journey in my tournament making. What is your say when you talk about a career? Do you think that can be also a part of the journey of an athlete? As Nigel said, coaching is something that has really taken a huge stride.
I should check the rates you mentioned. I should raise it a bit.
Yeah, so even when I was talking about this yesterday with another GM, I was kind of taken aback, and I said, "Wow, an hour? That's." I think so. I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure. So could you give that insight to all of us? I'm sure it will help.
I think chess training is a part of a professional chess player's career. At some point or the other, we do get involved, whether being a coach or a second, in some form or the other. And in fact, it is probably not even easy to find professional chess players who have never been involved in chess training. And it is probably because it is so easy to start. And normally people keep asking you when you start getting success as a player. People keep asking you, do you coach and are you interested? So it is one of the job opportunities where usually before you look for the job opportunities, the opportunities come to you. And usually at the first instances we say no, we don't, and we refuse. And this is how it starts. But slowly time takes over, and we think that okay, why not to give it a try? And for most people, we do enjoy teaching. Of course, there are differences. Some do it, some enjoy it much more than the others. And also, it is so easy to organize. And being chess players, we are very used to our independence. And we are not really people who are very comfortable with having bosses at office and with the team and everything. And so when we get a job offer of coaching, often we choose where we feel comfortable, people we feel comfortable with. And so that's how things work.
Yeah.